Hi everyone. It's April 1st. I've made it. I didn't think I would make it. Just kidding. I just didn't, it felt like so far away. And now it's April 1st. My official no buy is over. I'm going to start with my empties and then I will show the progress on some other things. And then I'll just go over my thoughts at the end. So I'm going to go, I'm so bummed because there are 3 things that are almost empty that I just couldn't get through by today. I really tried with one of them. So my 3 empties, this almost doesn't count, but it's a sample of Rose Whip by Fleur. And trust me, I tried to get that tiny little bit out. I even tried to take the cap off and I couldn't. Maybe I still will, but I have a travel size of that, and Mike said that he would get me a full one because I get him cologne sometimes, so he said it's only fair. But try as you might to squeeze it out, it's not coming out. The second one, there are 2 things that I was excited that I was a little bit innovative and decided to be creative rather than buying something. Remember how I think last month I said that I would normally have gotten a second cleanser besides the balm that I have? I found this in my samples. It's so dark because you're on a bookshelf. It's Kate Somerville Exfoliate Cleanser. I got 5 face washes out of this. I liked it. It was pretty good. I would consider, I don't know how expensive it is, but I would consider buying a full one when I finish that other one. Then the last one, this is the more exciting one, and I finished this bag of Dr. Teal's Epsom salt. Finished way faster than I thought I was going to because this was just 2 baths. You're supposed to put 2 cups of it per bath, so I used it up in 2 baths. Took one earlier this week. That was nice. So I'm gonna go around and show you the progress on some items and tell you my thoughts on some things. Yeah. So here's how it's going in here. I could see finishing this in maybe 3 or 4 more uses. Use this a little bit, but no notable reduction. I did buy these. I allowed that because I don't have any pimple patches other than these. And they're pretty good, but I wouldn't consider that a mask because it wasn't just a full mask. So I let that go through. These are 2 things that I've been trying to use on a somewhat regular basis, mainly because of this. I'm like, why do I have to use their one product when they do different things? This is the serum. I've been using it. Maybe it's a placebo effect, but it feels like it irritates me a little bit. This I thought was a toner. It's not. It's just a hydrating mist. But I've been using that in the because this tells you before moisturizer, but after wash and toner or whatever. So I've been using this in the toner step. Technically, I have 2 toners here. Remember how I said I was going to use the British Rose? I've been using this. Look how fucking empty she is. Look how little is left in that. I really thought I could finish this bad boy up before this video, but I haven't. And then, I've still been using this. I did get myself a little lipstick stand. I was hoping that not having to dig through a big bag of lip products would help me use more of them more often. Put them upside down where the colors are so that I could see them. This has been pretty nice to just grab a lip every day. I have one in my pocket right now that I have on. It's the Summer Fridays. But yeah, this has been fun. And I came with a second one. I don't know what to put in there. Maybe perfume samples? I'm not sure. These have been wins. This I would consider rebuying. And it's hard to tell how empty it is because it puffs up. Whereas this one I use pretty regular, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Although I don't know if it does anything that putting a little lotion on your ends would not do, And this I'm really considering throwing out, but it pains me. You know me. It hurts, but it's just so crusty, and I never want to use a lip scrub like that. But overall, this is what the perfume situation is looking like right now. I brought this one out for spring and this one out for spring as well. Two favorites. I brought this one out too. Remember I said that I thought these were fake? This one is fine. They're just the lasting power is like shit. And I'm like, how would anyone pay full price for these if they last so poorly? Mandy gave me this. This is a sample from Skylar. And yeah. So here's what the makeup bag is looking like. I like these. I've been doing some little springy eyeshadow looks with this one. Pretty fun. Some of the, yeah, they're hit or miss. You know, some of the colors are better than others. About the same amount of pan on this one. I could see finishing this one pretty soon. There's on that. I've been using, where is she? Maybe it's on my desk. The Urban Decay primer, which is almost empty, instead of this one. I've also been using, hoping to finish up this Clinique mascara because it feels pretty dry. It feels like it's on its way out. Added in one highlighter because I didn't have one. I've also been using the ColourPop Sailor Moon palette for spring. That one I could see maybe hitting some pans on. This one's about the same. And then this one I've been using too. But like I said, less so now that it's spring. Although I like this one as a highlight and this one as like a all over eye color. This one I can see hitting pan on pretty soon. You can see like the texture in the middle. See that? Of where the pan is. Yeah, that's on that. I added this one the other day to try to get more use out of it. Yeah, that's on that. Okay, then over here, there's a little use. I think I told you guys that I was gonna use this up. This is the other thing that's almost done, is the British Rose soap. I'm not gonna open it with one hand, but this whipped soap is pretty good. Haven't really used that one. I've been reaching for the other ones. These are from traveling. Yeah, and this is where this one is too. And similar to the face wash, being like, oh, it turns out I do have another face wash. I was at the store considering getting like a fancy shave oil before my trip. And I was like, I could probably use that giant bottle of fractionated coconut oil that I have no idea what to do with. And that's what I've been using. And so it's been good, although it makes the hairs stick to me, but that's fine. This one's got a dent. It's like, you can see how it's like pressed in. This one, you can't see it, but I've been using that a bunch too. That's my moisturizer. And micellar water. If I think of anything that I'm missing, I'll film that after the fact. I will say the third thing that I was this close to finishing before this and putting in my empties is the lotion I keep in my backpack, but that'll be done soon. Maybe I will consult my note, but I can't while I'm filming this, so I'm gonna read it and come back. So my very limited exceptions, I guess would be a better word, were I did end up buying one shampoo and one conditioner, which is stupid because I still haven't finished the ones I had in December, but I do have the spare. That always happens with pros. I bought my one bathing suit that I did wear in Mexico, so that was good. No regrets there. I ended up not needing to buy a top coat or a base coat or a face wash or a moisturizer. I knew that. I kind of knew that going into this. And then things that were allowed, candle stuff, gifts within reason, house stuff. Ended up buying very little house stuff, but they were practical things. It was like I bought a dustbuster, like shit like that. I didn't buy any furniture or any decorations. I'm sure I bought some small little bullshit. I bought a box, like a trinket box in Mexico, but I was willing to, for the sake of like, make one exception in Mexico if I found a summer skirt and ended up just not seeing any that I liked. So yeah, It's over. It's the first day. All week I've been like, I hope I don't just completely ball out the first day and spend like $200. For one thing, it's Wednesday and I have like $200 in my checking account, so I'm gonna wait until I get paid on Friday before I make any of those things. I will say I have a lot of, before I get into that, I'm keeping the no buy going for lotions specifically, unless I am at a farmer's market or a craft fair and something really fucking speaks to me. That's probably not going to happen, but I'm leaving that door open. But other than that, no lotions. And for makeup, only, like, no buy for makeup except for things that I run out of, things that I do not have a replacement for. When I finish that setting spray, I may buy another setting spray. I'd like a concealer that matches my summer tone, because I'm already tan from the trip, but not gonna run out and buy one right now, you know? Like, I really thought I was gonna ball out today. There were 2 perfumes that I intend to get full sizes of. One is Fleur Rose Whip, and the other is Ellis Brooklyn Myth. But even that, I'm like, I'm gonna at least wait until I get paid to do that. One thing though, and this I'll still probably wait until I get paid, I want to make one Quince order. I need underwear, so I'm just gonna get new underwear. I'm gonna throw out the really threadbare ones that I've had for 6+ years, and replace those on Quince. And I'm probably gonna get a pair of shorts. I did make, so that's the thing, is like I'm opening this back up to almost entirely perfume and clothing and nothing else. So I'm gonna keep it restricted with the other stuff. Clothes though, I'm glad that I did this, because rather than like impulse buying a bunch of shit and then feeling bad, I've taken 3 months to go, you can simply cannot buy it, and actually making a list of like shit that I need. I'm like, I need 1 or 2 summer casual dresses that I can wear, throw on a day that it's too hot to get dressed. And a skirt. I don't have any summer skirts. I hate all of my baseball caps. Like, I'd probably get rid of most of those and most of the 3 of them, and maybe get one that I like more. What else? I'd love a pair of Vans platforms that are in a color that I wear more, instead of the 2 pastel pairs that I have when I never wear pastels, you know what I mean? So rather than being wishy-washy about, I don't know, buying something and feeling bad, I'm just gonna be like, I'm going out there with purpose. And but even that, like, I thought I was gonna spend a bunch of money today and I like don't want to, you know? I've been putting so much money into my loans, compared to the rate that is like the minimum, and it feels good. And I would have probably, I mean, it's hard to estimate, because like I said, I don't impulse buy a lot normally, so it's hard to estimate what I would have bought and what I would have decided not to, but like at least $300, right? Over the past 3 months, I would have put at least $300 less into my loans. You know, each perfume is like $75, you know? So that's been a good thing. I bought one of the 2 books that I was allotted to myself, and Mike bought me another one. So that's like acquiring 2 books, and that was above board. Yeah, it's mostly clothes I got on the brain now, and a little bit perfumes, but like I have so many, like I don't feel like it's out of my system almost. I thought I was just gonna buy a whole bunch of like discounted small perfumes on Mercari, and I'm like, maybe 1 plus the 2 big ones that I just mentioned. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of out of me. But also, if you had talked to me 4 days ago, I probably would not have answered that way. So yeah, that's on that. I'll still keep doing, I thought this was gonna be the end of it, but I'm gonna keep doing empties. I feel good about that. And then even, like I said, even perfumes, I'm like, I'm gonna mostly stick with what I have for a little while. That's it. Like I said, if I think of anything pertinent that I forgot, I'll film it later. But yeah, this was a good thing. I feel really good about it. I can't stop telling people about it. It's probably been pretty annoying, but I feel good. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna probably make that Quince order and buy one summer dress later this week. And then I will be back at the beginning of May with a monthly update.